Hello everyone, welcome to Bhadra IAS Academy. So let us continue our quiz. So now we are today dealing with the question numbers 91 to 100. That is the 10th episode of the quiz series. So the question number 91. With reference to the balance of payments, what do we call BOP? No, with reference to the balance of payment, which of the following constitutes the current account? So here actually the focus of the question is, the topic is actually current account. So which of the following is part of the current account? Visible trade, foreign currency assets, या foreign direct investment, या special drawing rights, what we call in short SDR of the IMF. Right? So if you look at the correct answer, with reference to BOP, only the visible trade is correct, because only the visible trade comes under the current account. Foreign currency assets comes under the reserve account. Foreign direct investment comes under the capital account. Special drawing also comes under the reserve account, right? So the correct answer would be therefore only option A. That is only 1 is the correct answer. This topic is in the context of economics, balance of payments. Number 92. Consider the following statements. If rupee is depreciating, then it leads to increase in cost of imports, in terms of how much rupee we have to pay. If rupee is depreciating, then it leads to earning more and more dollars per unit of what we export. So which of the statements are correct? Only 1, only 2, yeah 1 and 2, yeah neither 1 nor 2. If you look at this explanation, this is a little tricky, we need to understand. When you say rupee is depreciating, इसका मतलब क्या है? Rupee का value गिर रहा है. The value of rupee is falling against the foreign currency, say dollar. तो तब क्या होगा? जैसा अभी का situation चल रहा है, when rupee is now falling against the dollar from 85, 86, it has gone to 94, 95. That means we are paying more and more rupees for every dollar of import. That means what? We have to pay more and more of our income, of our money, right? Therefore, it increases the cost in terms of the rupee. So, statement 1 is correct. If rupee is depreciating, it leads to earning more and more dollars for our export. No. Second statement is wrong. Why? Because if rupee is falling, foreigners will pay very less. Suppose earlier they were paying $1, when we say 85 rupees, they were paying $1. If today your same export of t-shirt is 85 rupees, they need not pay $1, because today $1 is equal to 94 rupees or 95 rupees. So they have to pay less than $1. Understand? So therefore what happens? The rupee is earning more for export. The second statement therefore is wrong. So if you look at here the summary, import cost, that means more rupees will be there. Export earn very few dollars. Therefore, statement 2 is wrong. So, correct answer will be A. That is statement only 1. I have given here the same explanation for your understanding. Okay. Question number 93. This is related to geography. Let's understand. The Sahara Desert is the largest hot desert in the world. The Gobi Desert is the cold desert located in Mongolia and China. The Sahara Desert lies entirely, that is the key word, entirely in the tropic area. So which statements are correct? So the options are 1 and 3, yeah 1 and 2, yeah 2 and 3, yeah 1, 2 and 3. So if you look at the answer is B, right? So the correct answer is B. That means statement only 1 and 2 are correct. So what is wrong with statement number 3? So if you look at here, the Sahara is not strictly within the tropical boundary. It goes beyond the strict tropical boundary. So that is where you cannot really say Sahara is basically strictly in the tropical boundary. So statement number 3 is wrong. Question number 94. The lake Baikal is the deepest freshwater lake in the world. The lake Superior is the largest freshwater lake by surface area. And Lake Baikal contains largest volume of fresh water among all lakes. So which of the statements are correct? So the options for us available are 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3. So if you look at the correct answer is D, only 1, 2 and 3. Correct answer is 1, 2 and 3. So the Lake Baikal is the deepest and also it holds the largest freshwater volume, while Lake Superior is the largest by surface area. So all the statements are correct. So the answer is D. Question number 95. This is in the context of polity and governance. So let us look at that. The Constitution allows for appointment of the same person as governor for 2 or more states. Okay, so same person, एक ही आदमी अलग अलग स्टेट के गवर्नर बन सकते हैं क्या? A person must have completed the age of 30 years to be appointed as the governor. So the governor holds office at the pleasure of the president. So which of these statements are correct? Okay, so if you look at here, you have option only 1, yeah, only 1 and 3, yeah, only 2 and 3, yeah, 1, 2 and 3. So the correct answer is B. That means statement 1 and 3. Why? Because the age is the problem here, age 30. So a person must complete the 30 years of age to be eligible. That is the problem. So if you look at here, the statement 2, Article 157 specifies the person must have completed the age of 35, not 30. So 35 years of age is requirement, it is not 30. Therefore, statement number 2 is wrong and the correct answer therefore is B, 1 and 3. What about the first statement? If you look at the first statement, the statement is correct. The 7th Constitutional Amendment Act 1956 made it possible to appoint the same person as governor for more than, for 2 or more states. Okay, so statement 1 and statement 3, no problem. Question number 96. Consider the following statements regarding governor's power to appoint chief minister. So here is the chief minister ka question. So the governor appoints the leader of the largest party in the state assembly as the CM. You know, the leader of the largest party. Is it correct? If no party has a clear majority, the governor can exercise his or her discretion appointing the chief minister. The governor can appoint a person who is not a member of the state legislature as a chief minister, provided that such a person becomes a member of the legislative within 6 months. Okay, so which statements are correct in the context of appointment of chief minister? Option only 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3. So if you look at the correct answer, okay, so what is the issue here? What is the problem here? Statement 1 is incorrect. The governor usually appoints the leader of the party that commands majority in the assembly. So the problem here is the majority you should have in the assembly. So statement 1 is wrong. Clear? It is not necessarily the largest party. Okay, because like Tamil Nadu election recently, the largest party did not have majority. So they have to have a majority in the assembly. Then only you can be appointed. Right? So statement 2 is correct. Statement 3 is also correct. So when no party has a clear majority, the governor can use the discretionary power to appoint the chief minister, the person most likely to command the confidence of the house. Okay, so these are little technical points when we talk about polity, especially the appointment of the chief minister of a state. Question number 97 with regard to history, art and culture. Now consider the Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda and Atharva Veda. Which of the following is or not a later Vedic book? You know, the earlier and later, that is the question here. So which is not a later Vedic book? So option only 1, 1 and 4, 3 and 4, yeah, all. which are the correct answer, right? So if you look at here, answer is A, which is not a later Vedic book, Rig Veda, because it is an earlier one, right? So if you look at the Rig Veda, so Samaveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda, they are often called later Vedic because they were composed after the Rig Veda. Clear? So when you are going for exam, you should be very clear. This kind of questions can be asked in the art, culture, history perspective. No, so we need to be familiar. Even for some of the civil service or competitive exam, GK type of question, these kind of questions can be asked. Question number 98. Consider the following statements about philosophical concepts in the Vedas. The concept of karma and its results is introduced in Rig Veda. The Upanishad, which are part of the Veda, primarily focus on rituals. So the question is, what is the focus of Upanishad? Is it ritual rather than philosophical teaching? Brahman in Vedas is described as the ultimate reality. The idea of dharma is central to teachings of the Vedas. So which of the statements are correct? 1 and 3, yeah, 2 and 4, yeah, 1, 3 and 4, yeah, all. Okay. So if you look at the explanation, this is important to understand. Answer would be C. Why? Because statement 2 is not correct. Statement 2, there is a problem. Why? Because the Upanishad, it focuses mostly on the concepts like Brahman, Atman and Moksha, etc. These are not mainly focused on ritual. The ritual focus you will find in the Brahmanas. Okay. So therefore statement 2 is not correct. So the answer is C. We have correct answer 1, 3 and 4. Okay. Because when you are looking at exam perspective, especially our Indian tradition, art, culture, etc., we need to be familiar with these kind of things as well. Question number 99. Now consider the cycles. Water cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, या sulfur cycle. Which of the above green cycles are considered as gaseous cycles? You know, this is not basically from environment and ecology perspective. Which of these are gaseous cycle? So you have 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 2, 3, 4. So if you look at the explanation, the answer also, answer is A. Okay, which is not a gaseous. Consider the following cycle. Question is, which are considered as gaseous cycle? Answer is A, 1, 2, 3. So 4, sulfur cycle is not a gaseous cycle. Why? So if you look at here, the other 3, that is the water, carbon and nitrogen, these are gaseous because either they are in the water or they are in the air, atmosphere. Therefore they are called gaseous cycle, right? Whereas sulfur cycle, it is called sedimentary cycle because it's the largest reservoir is found in the rocks, minerals, ocean sediments, earth crust, not in the atmosphere, not in the gas. Clear? So which of the following can be considered as the gaseous cycle? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Question number 100. With reference to the difference between biome and biosphere, what's the statements which are correct? The biome refers to living organisms in an ecosystem, while biosphere refers to physical environment. Biome encompasses smaller area than biosphere. Biome represents a specific ecological region, while biosphere encompasses the entire planet. Now the question is not which are correct, how many statements are correct? Because nowadays you find in UPSC level of exam, this kind of questions are asked, like given here 3, out of the 3, how many are correct? So only 1 is correct, yeah, only 2 correct, yeah, only all 3 are correct, yeah, nothing is correct. Okay, so here the correct answer would be answer B. Only 2 statements are correct, but which are the 2 statements? That is statement number 2 and statement number 3. Only these two statements are correct. Why? Statement 1 is incorrect. Why? So if you look at here, I am highlighting in yellow color. The biomes are characterized by specific climate pattern, types of vegetation, animal life and soil characteristic. So it is not only the living organism. Therefore, statement 1 is not really correct. Because you are talking about only living organism, then it is not correct. It actually has more than the living organism. You know, climatic pattern, soil characteristic, etc. Okay. So therefore, the correct answer for this question will be only two statements are correct. That is statement number 2 and statement number 3. So correct answer is B. Clear? Okay. If you have any further query, you need to have more and more MCQ resources, any study material needed for state level exam, SSC, banking, railways, insurance company exam, you can contact Bhadra IAS Academy at 8638391721 and keep watching our videos. We'll come out with more and more quiz and preparations for your exams. So any queries, you can contact us. Thank you.